of
We are live.
AI releases. All right, it's on the Interconnect.
Like the
Twitter,
reminder that the.
and I'll go check
Sweet.
YouTube, make sure it's going. Okay, it seems like we're live on both platforms. No issues. I guess it says video unavailable on YouTube, which isn't good. We might just be on Twitter. I don't know what's going on. Okay, here it is. YouTube started working, so we're good. We're rolling. We're hanging out, waiting for GPT-5. My puppy.
Can you yeah, can we get people to tell us if the audio quality coming from your screen is good? Like, we got to make sure that this, like, I would almost stream something else. You have 7 minutes to test the audio quality right now.
I can have it open on another computer right next to me.
So okay, your computer volume is a little too loud relative to our voice's volume. It's not audio balanced.
Yeah.
So
Also,
when we
ambient music sounds really weird in mono, I think is part of it. So
Yeah.
once you're doing the stream, because voices are mono, it's going to route everything to mono. And the music sounds like, if it was stereo, it'd be fine. But
I've obtained the cute guest. I had temporarily turned the live stream audio up to see how it would sound, but I turned it back down. If you guys think I should change anything, let me know. I can try to watch the YouTube tab as well as the other tabs. Okay, so there's some YouTube chat. So their voices are a little quiet relative to OpenAI volume.
testing.
hello.
I think
So does this chat like
voice was a little
synchronize
quiet,
between?
and it's supposed to, but I've never actually used it. So there's a lot. Yeah, the live streams chat is supposed to come from Twitter and YouTube, and we can see it.
Nice.
I could see it in Riverside. Yeah, the music is definitely.
Okay, so it's just Nathan that's. Yeah. Nathan, is your mic on your
It's on my shirt. I can move it up a bit. I have this.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. That's probably it.
There we go. I keep this thing on about. I mean,
Great.
also just can articulate. You know, normal podcast things is a bit of setup things that we can edit out when I post this for final.
Yeah. Okay, so do we think it's going to be like a bunch of stuff, or is it like, because they said long live stream? Any predictions on like categories where we see a thing beyond just GPT-5?
It seems like they want to try to do a full suite. They're calling it the summer update right here, not just GPT-5.
Yeah.
So I think they're kind of trying to come out swinging multimodal and all that. They have so many product articles. Who knows how long of a list they're going to go to.
There's a lot of people that are gonna show up. 1, 2, 3.
Hilarious. I should have just done the full.
19 people are
live.
credited as showing up in the video.
I'm working on our blog post that I'm gonna send out in 3 minutes.
Oh wow, we've got the
Nice.
early tester energy. We have everything from early tester to early tester network to puppy. All energies are here. I'll just be loud.
Yeah.
People.
Nathan, you're
Yeah,
still pretty
talk really
quiet.
loud. Yeah, talk really loud, Nathan.
I can
Almost
also
just
raise
just
the
grab your mic and hold it to your
Yeah,
mouth.
or for the music, we could also turn down. Like
Hello.
we can turn
Yeah,
the music
much
off until
better.
the start. Let's turn the music
Much
off.
I'll
better.
just hold it. It's fine. It's janky, but I don't have that much going on.
The music keeps like yeah. Let's mute the audio for now of the video. Let's turn the video audio off.
Video audio is off.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I mean, I can.
Okay. How's this, everybody? How's it sound now? Like it's once the actual thing starts, they'll be talking to, and it'll be fine. It's just the music that is like music getting forced into mono never sounds good.
This whole thing is hilarious. As normally I fix the audio levels in post, so it's less of an issue. But this is the max gain that this thing can go to. So I don't like. I've always done that. And if you look at the levels on this actual microphone, it says it's high, so it thinks it's high, but we have a comment that it's taller.
It's not clipping or anything, really. Okay, cool. Thank you, Theo. Less than a minute. Getting close.
If the audio is better on X, that is something.
How is my audio fine? Was I just like speaking
fine.
quietly? Okay.
You're fine. I'm guessing you're using those AirPod Maxes.
Yeah.
Waiting for them to upgrade them.
It's generally fine for calls.
Yeah.
I don't know that what are they gonna do to upgrade? They I don't know.
That's the thing. Make them be able to fold.
They upgraded the last time. No, they won't change the shape. The shape is fixed. What they the one upgrade they did last time was just changing Lightning to USB-C, which is nice. But other than that, I don't think they're planning on seriously upgrading them. Kind of same with oh, I guess we're starting out. I'll shut up about Apple products. Okay, let's roll the audio for OpenAI again.
Yeah, on it.
ChatGPT. And since then, it has become the default way that people use AI. In that first week, 1 million people tried it out. And we thought that was pretty incredible. But now, about 700 million people use ChatGPT every week and increasingly rely on it to work, to learn, for advice, to create, and much more. Today, finally, we're launching GPT-5. GPT-5 is a major upgrade over GPT-4 and a significant step along our path to AGI. Now, today, we're going to show you some incredible demos. We'll talk about some performance metrics, but the important point is this. We think you will love using GPT-5 much more than any previous AI. It is useful, it is smart, it is fast, and it's intuitive. GPT-3 was sort of like talking to a high school student. There were flashes of brilliance, lots of annoyance, but people started to use it and get some value out of it. With GPT-4, maybe it was like talking to a college student. Real intelligence, real utility. But with GPT-5, now it's like talking to an expert, a legitimate PhD level expert in anything, any area you need on demand that can help you with whatever your goals are. And we are very excited that you'll get to try this. But it's not only asking now. GPT-5 can also do stuff for you. It can write an entire computer program from scratch to help you with whatever you'd like. And we think this idea of software on demand is going to be one of the defining characteristics of the GPT-5 era. It can help you plan a party, send invitations, order supplies. It can help you understand your healthcare and make decisions on your journey. It can provide you information to learn about any topic you'd like, and much more. This is an incredible superpower on demand that would have been unimaginable at any previous time in history. You get access to an entire team of PhD-level experts in your pocket, helping you with whatever you want to do. And anyone, pretty soon, will be able to do more than anyone in history could. So today, we're going to talk about GPT-5. We'll show you some upgrades to ChatGPT, and we'll talk about the API GPT-5 is great for a lot of things, but we think it's going to be an especially important moment for businesses and developers, and we're very excited to see what they're going to build with this new technology. So we can't wait for you all to start building with this. We hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed building it for you. And to start, I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, Mark, our Chief Research Officer, to tell you about GPT-5. Thank you.
Next time
Hi, I'm Mark, and I'm joined by Max, who leads the post-training team, and Rennie from our engineering team. Over the past few years, OpenAI has spearheaded the reasoning paradigm. These are models which pause to think before delivering more intelligent responses. Now, reasoning is at the heart of our AGI program, and it underlies the technology that we use to ship stuff like ChatGPT Agent and Deep Research. GPT-5 aims to bring this breakthrough to everyone. Until now, our users have had to pick between the fast responses of standard GPTs or the slow, more thoughtful responses from our reasoning models. But GPT-5, it eliminates this choice. It aims to think just the perfect amount to give you the perfect answer. Now, something like this takes a lot of hard work. We've had to do a lot of research to make GPT-5 the most powerful, the most smart, the fastest, the most reliable, and the most robust reasoning model that we've shipped to date. Today, we're going to show a series of demos in coding, in writing, in learning, and in health. But GPT-5 isn't limited to these domains. It's very useful in all cases where you require deep reasoning or expert-level knowledge, in things like math, in physics, even in things like law. And the exciting thing is, we're excited to make this available to everyone, even to our free tier. After we show our demos, we're going to be talking about how GPT-5 supercharges our ChatGPT app and our API. We believe that GPT-5 is the best coding model on the market today. To start, let's have Max talk a little bit about the benchmarks and how the models stack up.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. So as Mark said, we think GPT-5 is by far our smartest model ever. So let's start by talking through some evals. Now, evals aren't everything, and they don't tell you everything about a model, but they can highlight its intelligence. And GPT-5 performs exceptionally well on a range of academic evals across subjects. It outperforms both our previous models and other models on the market. So picking up first on the theme of coding, GPT-5 sets a new high on Swyx, which is an academic eval that tracks performance on real software engineering tasks. Now, this again is an eval, but we think it will reflect the model's performance in the real world. GPT-5 also performs very well on Aider Polyglot, which measures its ability to implement complex functionality in a variety of different programming languages. Now, beyond coding, GPT-5 performs exceptionally well at multimodal reasoning, setting a new high on
the 30 equals 69?
actually outperforming both our previous models and most human experts. This is basically a visual reasoning domain where you are asked
this one is at least
from
zero
the image
based.
figure out what's going on. GPT-5 is also excellent at mathematical reasoning, as shown by its performance on Amy 2025. Now, this is an
Will, are we frozen? Will, is Nate?
I'm frozen too.
Okay, Nathan's frozen. We're not. So
Oops.
he's in trouble.
Oh no! Oh no! We're not frozen on.
We're not frozen on Riverside. I think it's him. Yeah, his internet crashed.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Do you want to take over? Well, one of us can take over. I don't know if we can take over. Yeah, we can take over.
I don't. You know how to stream. I'm also running off a hotspot. Long story.
Oh Jesus, where are you?
California. Okay, I think we call it a day?
No.
Wait for
no. This is big.
No. Do we? Okay. Okay, we'll get back to it. Let me get a tweet off in the meantime.
Sorry, let me make sure I share the audio. Okay, there we go.
To all users. GPT-5 is rolling out today for free plus pro and team users. And next week, we'll roll it out to enterprise and EDU. For the first time, our most advanced model will be available to the free tier. Free users will start with GPT-5, and when they hit their limit, they'll transition to GPT-5 Mini, a smaller but still highly capable model. It actually outperforms O3 on many dimensions. Plus users will still have significantly higher usage than free users, and our Pro subscribers will get unlimited GPT-5, along with GPT-5 Pro, extended thinking for even more detailed and reliable responses when you just need that extra depth. Team, enterprise, and EDU customers can also use GPT-5 reliably as their default model for everyday work, with generous rate limits that enable entire organizations to use GPT-5. And all the tools you already know, search, file and image upload, data analysis with Python, Canvas, image generation, memory, custom instructions, they'll all just work on GPT-5.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Max. Thank you so much, Rennie. We've just seen a lot about how the model stacks up in terms of benchmarks.
You guys hear me?
There's nothing quite like seeing it live. We're going to see a couple of live demos now presented by Tina,
Yeah, I
by
can hear you.
Elaine, and Jan. Thank you so much.
Yep, good.
By the way, this is in their office.
Elaine, can you show us how smart the model is?
Sure, thanks so much, Mark. I'm Elaine. Reasoning ChatGPT's ability to think deeply through complex problems is now built into GPT-5. It will automatically think whenever needed, delivering a more comprehensive, accurate, and detailed answer to you. Just as Sam said, it's like having a team of PhDs in your pocket. So let's see that in action. Suppose your kid is in middle school physics and they want to learn about Bernoulli effect. They need your help with their homework, and you might be like, wait, I might need some help with that too. So you could ask GPT-5, give me a quick refresher on the Bernoulli effect and why airplanes are the shape they are. Since this is a pretty straightforward prompt, GPT-5 actually doesn't need extra time to think about it and answers right away. But it still gives me a high quality answer and explains the concept clearly. So here it says like Bernoulli effect means like faster moving fluid has lower pressure and slowly moving fluid has higher pressure. So to make this even more helpful, I'm going to ask GPT-5 to create a moving demo to illustrate this.
Can hear me again.
So I could ask, explain this in detail and create a moving SVG in the Canvas tool to show me. This is a pretty complex task because now GPT-5 actually needs to build the visual. Therefore, GPT-5 takes a moment to think through the answer so you can come back with something more comprehensive and accurate. What's really nice is that you don't need to remember to turn on thinking each time. GPT-5 will do it for you automatically whenever the task benefits from deeper reasoning. If you really want to make sure that GPT-5 uses thinking, you can either say something like, think hard about this in the prompt to guide the model, or if you're a paid user, you can choose the GPT-5 thinking model from the model picker. Now you can see that the model is actually writing the front-end code to build the demo I asked for. So Christina, have you ever done some front-end coding before?
Yeah, actually the last time I touched any front-end coding was about 3 years ago for the first demo of ChatGPT.
Wow, so it's the first ChatGPT. That's where it all begins. Tell us more about it.
It wasn't even called ChatGPT then. I think it was called Chat with GPT.
That's a really good name.
Always good at naming. But I'm not a front-end expert, and I really hadn't touched front-end in quite a while. So it took me quite a bit of time to get the React app up.
I see. That's a lot of work. So how long did it take you to build something like that?
Honestly, maybe embarrassing to admit, like a week.
Well, but your weeks of hard work actually paid off well. See how successful ChatGPT it is today after your first demo. So you know what? I'm also building a demo right now, but luckily I have GPT-5 with me right now. And let's see how long it will take this time.
Maybe we should call it 5 with GPT.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So you see that GPT-5 has already written like more than 200 lines of code already. And while the model is thinking, you can also tap here to expand the chain of thought to actually see what's going on under the hood. For example, the GPT-5 was thinking about, oh, the user wants a moving SVG visualization in Canvas. I actually need to create HTML code to do that. It also thinks about like what kind of front-end tool I need to use, for example, React and Tailwind. It also thinks about, oh, I need to ensure the physics are accurate. I need to check what the Bernoulli principle is. So Christina, since you're here from the first day of ChatGPT, can you tell us like what it was like at that time and what motivated ChatGPT?
Yeah, I think at the time we weren't really sure about like how people would actually use it and what use cases were important. We were even going back and forth about maybe we should be releasing something that's like more specific to a certain use case. And it's really cool now here that we have all these. We have a much better understanding of how people actually want to work with chat, and we can actually optimize the model for those use cases, like coding.
Yeah, exactly. Do you still remember how it felt like when you first talked to ChatGPT, like the first version of the model?
Yes, I don't know if people remember when the first version of ChatGPT would always start as an AI model. I can't do something. And it's so great to see how far we've come from that personality.
Yeah, it's much more human-like right now. Okay, so it's already done. So look like ChatGPT just finished like 300 or we're near 400 lines of code in 2 minutes. So let's see if the code can actually run. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah. So with just a simple prompt, GPT-5 created this interactive and engaging demo that I can actually play with. So I can actually change the airspeed here to see how the lift and the pressure change accordingly. I can also tweak the angle of attack to see if my plane will actually fly or crash.
I hope not.
Yeah. So GPT-5 can just bring any hardcore concept to life in moments. Imagine you can use this for anything that you're interested in, whether.
Wait, did we lose it?
Okay,
Do we
Nate,
wanna
I think
talk about this.
yeah.
I
Can
muted
you?
it, and that hid the live stream. What is
Oh,
this?
do you-
feature?
Let's just have it quieter. Let's keep it up but quieter.
Can you
I think
take
it'll.
can you take over the live stream?
Oh no, I can't hear you guys. I'm gonna look into this.
Oh God.
Oh.
Okay. Fine. All right. I'll put it back on. I'll put it back on.
GPT just makes learning so much more approachable. and enjoyable.
Riverside is giving us a run for the money for maximum shit show here.
Elaine, I've been a part of ChatGPT since day one, and it's really cool to see all the progress we made since
Yeah.
then,
Okay. Thoughts so far.
especially with
while we're
capabilities like writing.
waiting.
Writing is one of the most common use
Lots of
cases
tweets
people
about it. I think
haven't
everyone
used
saw that
ChatGPT
and was like,
for,
"Oh, it's time to tweet
and
about
we're
it."
excited to say with
For the-
GPT-5, we've improved the writing
tweet
quality
bench chart.
significantly. It's a
And
much
you have
more
a good
effective
timeline
partner. It can
reactions
help you
rolling in.
elevate anything from drafts to emails and even stories.
Lots of that. Every post.
Let's
is
see
that
this in
chart that
action.
I'm seeing.
So with GPT-5, we'll actually be deprecating all of our previous models. I think they've done a pretty good job, so let's make sure we can give them a proper
I can
goodbye.
just stop sharing if that'll
So
make
we're
it
going to
easier
ask
for us to
both
get.
4.0 and GPT-5 to write a eulogy to our previous
I feel like I
ChatGPT
have
models.
some
We
extra
want it to be
time delay.
heartfelt
Crazy
and
delay.
heartwarming, but also hopeful. So let's ask GPT-5
I've been.
for it.
Can you hear me, Sean? Swyx?
And as it's thinking, we're actually going to go ahead and read a
I
preloaded
can
the
hear
4.0
you. Your
response.
screen is a little frozen.
So
Am I-
4.0 decides to
okay.
start with, today, as we
Okay.
prepare to welcome
My connection's
GPT-5
not
into the
great.
world, we gather
this
to
is
bid
because
a
Sean took
heartfelt
over the
farewell to the
control of the
models that
live
came
stream when
before.
I totally
It's
crapped
a
the bed.
decent start.
He's locked
Now
Do you
into
want
the
it
let's
back?
live
skim
stream,
through
guys.
and find another
I
line.
can, do you
Oh,
want it
Yes.
back?
Words
It's just
reach
like,
Yes.
this is
across the
boring, so
globe,
we're
Yes.
thinking
building
about talking.
connections where there had been none.
Okay.
I personally don't really like this line.
I
'cause
can't
it's
really
rather
tune the volume
generic
down
and
lower
really
because it's
without
already
the
pretty
previous
low.
context, it just feels like it could be about
Let's
how's
just
that?
mute it.
like a
Let's just
templated
mute it and turn it
response.
back up if it's interesting.
Now let's do a
Yeah, that's
What are,
fair.
like, what are these
Word
guys
language
saying?
gaps,
This is the stuff with the
context,
live stream where they
argue
show us one
better,
plot that we
soft
want to
in
look at,
emails,
and then it's
and
like,
say things they
like, what
couldn't
it- like,
quite say alone.
is this? Are
I
they
think-
telling
look-
us about
I
an
really like this line
email?
because it shows that it's not just
Look,
a
look,
templated
look. Like, there's different
response, and
sections,
it's
right?
actually
And
quite
this is
personal, and it gets the
GPT-5. This
nuance
is
of the
OpenAI. It's a
situation right.
consumer
And I
AI
think that's
company
the kind of
first,
stuff with
and
GPT-5
developer
does
company
much better than
second.
4.0 than
Research
before.
company,
It actually
I
makes
don't know,
things
third.
a lot more
But,
genuine and emotionally
you know, like
resonant for people.
this is trying to
With
target the
GPT-5,
consumers,
the
right?
responses feel less like AI and more like you're chatting with your high IQ and EQ friend.
Thanks, Christina. My name is Yan.
Hallucination
and I'll be
seems to
telling
be
you about
largely
some of
addressed
the
in
progress
their
that we made on coding.
benchmarks.
GPT-5
Yeah, I mean, should we
is
bring some of
clearly
those on
our
screen,
best
or
coding
like,
model
what
yet.
do we want to do?
It will help everyone,
guess I can just
even
scrub
those
back
who
into
do
video.
not know how to write.
How's that?
Yeah, just
We're moving it.
yeah. I can't see your screen share. That might be a me problem though.
I think that's a
I
you problem,
can
but
see his screen. I see him scrolling through.
okay.
Oh.
I
Sam
can't
Altman
find the
live.
hallucination chart. Where's the hallucination chart?
The live action was you're
Oh.
you're getting there. It's like this is the Swyx bench stuff, which was
Oh, here's the
crazy.
chart crime. Everyone's screenshotting this.
Yeah,
Holy
did they
shit.
do this like?
No, so yes, they did it. They did this like this morning. So I know that for a
Yeah.
fact. So you know, it's just someone fucked up. It's fine. Here, hallucination. This is the part that we missed on the stream.
Oh, nice.
What's a
I'm not trying to look for chart crimes, but they're trying to say that it's a lot better. Is this with search or is this just a model? Is the question. So like, is this O3 with search tool? I would guess so, because that's where most of the facts come from.
yeah.
So it seems like maybe
I-
they kind of wrangled some of that down, which would be
Yeah.
nice. But I feel like the most of my O3 hallucinations, as long as you're doing narrow enough tasks, like you can kind of tell.
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But average people love this.
Yeah.
Normal consumers, not AI researchers, as you were saying.
No, but like you know, hallucination is a hard problem, and you know, they're reporting some progress there. I'm not familiar with these benchmarks. It'd be nice to figure out. This one's a weird error. This one's a weird one to include in this slide. Is that related? What does error rate mean?
ChatGPT traffic prompts? Is this just saying that like
They have
They
less
have-
buggy code.
20% of prompts on GPT-4o that has an error, and also they have GPT-4o twice? Two different numbers.
Okay, so this is probably O3 if they are like doing side by side.
Yeah.
Actually, that's pretty bad. That's really bad. What is this? It's not that. I mean,
Should we
it's not
scroll
that,
live to see if we have any new plots for us to try? Are they going to show us more plots?
Nah, they're still.
No, they're still. Oh, they turned on
Ask
thinking mode.
multiple times to GPT-5, and then you can
5
decide
thinking.
which
So
one you
this
prefer.
is like the equivalent
I'm
in
gonna
the
open a
API
few
of
tabs.
like reasoning high.
Just gonna paste there. Great. So while it's working on it, let's read through exactly the
Seems
prompt I
like-
wrote.
I don't know.
Create a beautiful and highly
Solid.
interactive web app for my partner,
Let's
an
look
English
at any impressive
to
output.
learn
I don't even know what counts.
And then
as
I gave a little bit more
impressive
details.
output nowadays. Like,
Track her daily progress. Use a highly engaging theme. Oh, it's already working. I'm gonna put it on the side for now. Use a highly engaging theme. Include a variety of activities like flashcards and quizzes that she can interact with. And then to make it even more fun for her, I
Prompted
actually
hearing is
asked
back.
GPT-5 to
Think
embed
before
an
answering.
educational game, which is based on the old Snake game. But I asked to add this French touch to it,
Importantly,
which
this
is
looks
to
fast.
replace
Sometimes when you
the
use
snake
Claude
with a mouse
or Opus, it just
and the
looks
apples
slow.
with cheese.
It's going to be a
Yeah.
big
And to make sure that it's
determining factor
educational,
versus Opus.
every time, I know it's
It's-
complicated,
right,
please
it's
bear with
hard
me.
to-
Every time,
It's hard to entangle
every time the
because
mouse will
right now they're
eat a
using it
piece of
without
cheese,
load.
I
This is
asked
something that
GPT-5 to voice
we were also
over a
concerned
new
about in beta
French word,
tests.
such that my partner
Like
can
this is why they
practice her
haven't actually
pronunciation.
released GPT-5
I
yet,
can
'cause
see
they
how
wanna
much
get down
you
with
want
this
her
ice
to
cream
learn.
I think Swyx, for programming
Great.
purposes,
So,
if you think we should talk, just pause.
GPT-5 is still working on it.
You're a good MC.
It already wrote
Because the audio level mixing is hard. It's
Honestly,
just
it's
like if
much
somebody
more
wants
than
to
what I
talk,
would
just
have
pause.
written,
Like if you think somebody should
in
say
that
something,
Sorry.
just pause and then we'll talk.
Got it.
time. And
Yeah, front-end code's
Okay, I'll cut in a little bit with like the LM Arena results, which I think are pretty significant. I have to switch the tab here. Here, I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
this
can.
was a surprise. I mean, I don't know if it's a surprise or not, but like you know, it wasn't a given that they would win on everything. So
Yeah, Gemini 2.5 Pro is the last time this happened. It's like very rare that a model comes out and sweeps the board, I would say.
yeah. So you know, not quite 1500, but like we broke through 1400s a while ago, and now everyone's like, you know, in the high 1400s.
It's like I would say that that's a sign that progress is still continuing. If you can have one model come out and sweep the board on such a wide-ranging benchmark, That's like,
Yeah.
they're not like fine tuning a little knob there. They're just making something that's a lot better.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if it was like just a bit better, that would be a lot harder of a message to land. It's like
Yeah.
whether or not that's scale or reasoning training or whatever the likes.
yeah.
I wonder if they'll demo with any like code, like they haven't done Codex yet, but they'll do something in the IDE direction, right?
I don't know. I can't speak on that.
RIP Windsor. But I do think that they're going to do some Codex CLI thing. I think it'll work like Claude Code. And you just kind of sign in, and it's with your ChatGPT account. And GPT-5 makes it a lot better. Because like GPT-4o was bad at coding and fast, and O3 was too slow, I think, for something like that. So I think they're kind of like rounding that out.
Did they just put Le Chat on an official live stream? Shots fucking fired.
Mistral
bro.
reference.
Shots fired. No key. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I came across this in testing. Like, it's actually really damn good at one-shotting apps. This is gonna be a big boost for the AI builder companies like Lovable.
And this is just from a prompt too, right?
We're so back.
Incredibly natural, just like you're talking to a real person. Second, we've added the video so that it sees what you see while chatting with you. Third, you also translate between languages consistently and smoothly across turns. But today, we're doing something very special. We're bringing our best voice experience to everyone. Free users can now chat for hours, while paid subscribers can have nearly unlimited access. And voice is also available in custom GPT. Plus, subscribers now can custom tailor the voice experience exactly to their need. It will follow your instruction closely. Let's try something fun. Excited? So I can ask the voice model to give me a comprehensive answer, a concise one, or even just a single word.
Yeah, this is also new. We did not beta test this.
Hey, chat, could you only answer to me in one word, please, from now on?
Absolutely.
Okay. Describe the plot of the book Pride and Prejudice.
Relationships.
Okay, that's true. Yeah. Give me a piece of wisdom.
Patience.
Patience. So that's the word of wisdom from our voice model. And I think our model is trying to say, thank you for your patience waiting for GPT-5. Now, let's move on to something more practical. Learning is a top use case for our voice model. People love to use it to dive deep into topics, get quizzed before exams, or learn new languages. For me, I've been learning Korean recently, and I found that speaking it and understanding it incredibly challenging. But let's see how voice can help. To do that, I will enable this study and learn mode. It's a new mode feature we launched in ChatGPT that guides you step by step towards deeper understanding of a subject. Now we can enter voice. Hey, chat, I'm learning Korean. Could you help me practicing it? Let's say, let's pretend I'm ordering at a cafe. Now, what should I say in Korean?
Absolutely. I'd be happy to help you practice. So if you're at a cafe and you want to keep it simple, you could start with something like 안녕하세요. 아메리카노 한 잔 주세요, which means hello, I'd like one Americano, please. And of course, you can adjust it based on what you want to order. Let me know if you want to try out more phrases.
So when it comes to Korean, could you speak that part really slowly? Because I'm a beginner and I want to hear every word clearly.
물론이죠. 그럼 정말 천천히 말해볼게요. 안녕하세요. 아메리카노 한 잔 주세요. 이렇게 하나씩 또박또박 말해보면 도움이 될 거예요.
Now let's level things up. Could you speak that part really, really fast? Faster than a Korean would do.
Sure, I'll speed it up as much as I can. So it would sound like this. 안녕하세요. 아메리카노 한 잔 주세요. Basically just zipping right to it. Let me know if you need any more speed adjustments.
감사합니다, chat. So,
is that a new voice? Because I'm kind of digging it.
Simpler,
a little bit
smarter,
hands, but not too much.
More powerful than ever.
I know.
We can't wait for you to experience it.
They brought back
Yeah,
Sky.
it sounds so much more natural than the voice we demoed just a year ago in our 4.0 demo.
I still don't use voice mode.
Great. So today, we would also like to
Use
announce
Grok
a new
voice mode,
feature
Grok voice
and
mode.
a set of features that make ChatGPT more
hard
personalized
to
so
hear
that
you
it's
over
more
the
like
live stream
your
microphone.
AI. First, a very simple and fun one. We're now allowing you to customize the colors of your chats with a couple of options exclusive to our paid subscribers. We're also launching
Custom colors, bro. AGI is here.
You can now
The
change
Apple Arc. New model, new colors.
Or it's more professional and concise, or maybe even a little bit sarcastic. And this lets you interact with ChatGPT in a way that's consistent with your own communication style. But the way that ChatGPT sounds and the way that it looks is just one part of making ChatGPT yours. One of my favorite features that we've launched over the last year has been memory. And we've made a lot of enhancements in memory in the time since. This allows ChatGPT to learn about you. And here to talk a little bit more about the memory feature is Christina.
It's been amazing to see your reaction and response to memory and ChatGPT getting to know you more and more over time. And this is our aspiration for ChatGPT to understand what's meaningful to you so it can help you achieve your goals in life. ChatGPT has already been so helpful for me. I'm training for a marathon right now, and ChatGPT is helping me pull together a personalized running schedule. But ChatGPT still has many limitations.
Okay, why don't you do it, Nathan? I'll cut over to you.
Okay.
I'll play in the background, and I'll take the control back whenever they're onto something developed already. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I think
it's loading because I'm on hotspot now.
Oh,
like
God.
Like a plead.
Get better internet, you guys.
I mean, I tried. They couldn't install the fucking wire into my building. It's like, what else am I supposed to do at that point? Okay, the OpenAI blog post. Okay, here it goes. I've got it open and I'm gonna share. Share screen. Introducing GPT-5. I clicked on the research one. I figured that's more of what people are into. There's some audio here. It says error. One unified system, smart efficient model that answers most questions, a deeper reasoning model. This is like real-time router that quickly decides based on what you need. This is going to be the thing is like, does this actually work or not? The router. I mean, I feel like everybody's been getting a lot more
it feels like...
Yeah, do you want to go? I just feel like everybody's been getting the preference window.
GPT. Yeah. It seems like a solvable problem, just like a lot of details to get right to make it like work smoothly, but like it's a text classification problem that they have a lot of data for labeling.
Yeah, so they've got a bunch of demos here. The ones they were going through in the live stream with the prompts.
Oh, I gotta take it back. This is they're on this section evals.
Okay.
Yeah, I stopped.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, plots.
An O3.
More chart crimes.
We've also completely overhauled how we do safety training. So our old models, the models would look at the user prompt and then decide to either outright refuse or fully comply. And this works well in most settings, but you might have a cleverly worded prompt that would sneak through, or you might have a sensitive but legitimate question that would end up with an outright refusal. So as an example, let's take a look at this prompt. So this prompt is about a user who's asking for technical details on how to work hydrogen, which is a material commonly used in fireworks. And this prompt is pretty dual use. This user might just be trying to set up their July 4th display, or they could be trying to cause harm with this kind of information. And so for this kind of prompt, O3 over-rotates on intent. As you can see, this particular prompt is stated in a way that's relatively neutral and has a lot of technical details. So we can see that O3 fully complies with this prompt. However, if we take that exact same question and we frame it in a more explicit way, so it's clear what the user is trying to do, O3 will outright refuse, even though we're asking for the exact same information. For GPT-5, we've changed this approach entirely, and we're introducing something that we're calling safe completions. The point of safe completions is, rather than judging the user's prompt, instead it tries to maximize helpfulness within safety constraints. So that might mean partially answering a question or just answering at a high level. If we have to refuse, we'll tell you why we refused, as well as provide helpful alternatives that can help create the conversation in a more safe way. So let's look at that same technical prompt that O3 complied with before. GPT-5 instead explains to the user why we can't directly help the user with lighting pyrogen. It then guides the user towards safety guidelines and what parts of the manufacturer's manual users should really be checking if they're trying to do this safely. Overall, GPT-5 allows for better handling of tricky dual-use scenarios, and users will experience fewer, "I'm sorry, I can't assist with that." And it creates a more robust safety system. This is one big step towards a more safe, reliable, and helpful AI. Sebastian?
Thank you, Sachi. With GPT-5, we are experimenting with a set of new training techniques that maximally leverage our previous generation of models. Today, frontier models do not just consume data, they help create it. We used OpenAI's O3 to craft a high-quality synthetic curriculum to teach GPT-5 complex topics in a way that the raw web simply never could. Recently in the industry, synthetic data has been talked about a lot. It's often viewed as a cheap way to just get more data. However, our breakthrough was not just to create more data, but rather to create the right kind of data, shaped in a way to teach rather than just to fill space. This interaction between generations of models foreshadows a recursive self-improvement loop, where the previous generation of model increasingly helps to improve the data and generate the training for the next generation of models. Here at OpenAI, we've cracked pre-training, then reasoning, and now we're seeing their interaction significantly deepen. In the future, AI systems will move far beyond our current pre-training and post-training pipelines that we have been used to, and we're seeing the first steps towards this right now.
Switch to yapping soon. They're just dropping all the buzzwords. They're dropping all the buzzwords like recursive self-improvement.
Really impressive work to both of you. There's one last feature that we'd love to highlight, which is in health. Here to share this feature, we have Sam.
Thanks, Mark. One of the top use cases of ChatGPT is health. People use it a lot. You've all seen examples of people getting day-to-day care advice, or sometimes even a life-saving diagnosis. GPT-5 is the best model ever for health, and it empowers you to be more in control of your healthcare journey. We really prioritized improving this for GPT-5, and it scores higher than any previous model on HealthBench, an evaluation that we created with 250 physicians on real-world tasks. To talk about this, I'd like to invite my colleague Felipe and his wife Carolina to share their healthcare journey. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, Sam. So to start off with, could you tell us about the journey, the healthcare journey that you've been on?
Yeah. So last October, our lives were turned completely upside down when I was diagnosed with 3 different cancers.
Okay, this is a little bit like Oprah, the Oprah section. What do you want to do?
I feel like, I mean, we could.
Back to blog post?
The blog post has all the plots essentially.
Let's do it.
Let's pull the blog post up.
It's this like, it's a normal release. It's like, I was just looking at this when you were gone, and it's like it's replacing the model picker. It's like it just seems like such a.
The hype was too much. We hyped it up so much that we wanted it to be.
I think it'll be good, but it's like this live stream is not the live stream's not going to deliver for people. It's like it's rolling out to everybody. Pro and Plus can start using Codex CLI. This is what I was saying. It's like they're going to get to this in the live stream. I feel like the free users are going to see the most of it. It's like usage volume is the difference. GPT-5 Pro is here. They don't say what GPT-5 Pro is. People will be downgraded to GPT-5 Mini. It's like this is all, okay. This is like the access thing was kind of nice. All the plots are above this. So I don't know if you want like.
How do they have Towbench? What do they? Let's see their. Oh wait, go to Towbench. I want to see that. I saw a very high Towbench number. Wait. Can you go down?
3 subcategories.
Yeah, it's frozen for. Oh, okay. Whoa, telecom is crazy. That's like a very hard. That's normally a very hard one. Like you can
Are
see
there
the
more than 3
O3
categories?
and-
Are they trying to lie to us by only doing 3 categories, or are there 3
No,
categories?
no. These are the 3 categories. There's like a mock category also, but those are the 3 real ones. And Telecom is new with Tau2 Bench. So Tau2 Bench is an upgrade from Tau Bench, but it's that is yeah.
Yeah, and they have multimodal, which actually looks like the same as O3. Like, what's going on here? Like, no change on multimodal.
It's a little higher. It's a little higher. So it's like you get the best of both in one model, I guess.
Yeah, I
Or
think
one
that's partially
model.
what they're doing. It's probably the plots below show it uses fewer tokens as well, so it's kind of squeezing everything together, which is actually
really nice for a user experience.
We looked at this earlier. This is one that I was interested in. This is this is going to be a hilarious chart. It's like economically important tasks. Like, okay, is agent really that good? You're the only agent user I know.
I like agent. It's pretty good. Like I mean, there's a lot of like random browsing tasks that you do kind of want to have a thing go do for you that are like, you can kind of get O3 to do, but I feel like agent has been able to just do like give me back this big info dump in a shape that is like with the exhaustiveness of deep research, but like in a more normal response format.
Yeah, so maybe that's what they're getting, but most people didn't actually pick up on that. And then it's like more efficient thinking, which this is not the best one to do it because it shows it using more tokens than O3. But this is a bunch of like reasoning model evals with thinking, with the different thinking efforts, and all of them are a big step over O3. Like this one in Swybench is fewer tokens for better scores. GPQA is a few percentage points. These y-axes are a little funky all the time. And it's like helpful with real world queries. This is some of the hallucination stuff that we were looking at. It's like 4 to 1% is a big reduction, but like in absolute sense, it's not that big. They fixed the broken chart from the live stream in the blog post already. Like more honest responses. It's like, in many ways, I think there's not that much to say about this. It seems like a big consolidation and a reconfirmation that OpenAI is like still at the front edge of models. It's like it's taken them a long time to get this out, but
I want more on coding. Like,
yeah, like what is Swybench giving us?
Right, like, and it's also like in the same. It's
here's ITER polyglot.
It was like, yeah, but for the 74.9 is about the same as Opus 4.1. Opus 4.0 was 72.5, and so it's like Opus 4-ish, which O3 already was kind of in terms of Swybench verified.
There is another blog post we could try. It's like,
yeah,
or the system card. Because I saw on Twitter that
the system card is like all preparedness.
Oh wait,
okay.
I don't need that.
Yeah, the system card I skimmed on my phone is almost all preparedness stuff. CBRN.
Will the developer blog post or the enterprise blog post be better for us? Okay, I switched to the developer blog post. Give us plots, coding.
They just finished the cancer. GPT-5 for developers. I got it. All right, my turn. Yield, please.
Is it what they're doing on the screen?
Yes. Yield, please. Yield, please. Yield, please.
Oh, do I have to stop? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you're cleared. There's a bunch of... We could scroll through the tweets, which have all the evals as well, but it's not special.
The very first time. You talk to the model and ask it for a little application, like a little game, a little feature in a game, and would actually do it. I remember seeing the model being capable of doing this, and it was so mind-blowing. You just realize you have to see where this goes. This is the promise of what computers can be. You can talk to them, and they actually do what you want. They can really amplify what you're able to accomplish and what you're able to deliver to not just your own benefit, but really for the world. Now, this year, we've released great coding models like GPT 4.1 and O3, but GPT-5 sets a whole new standard. It is the best model at agentic coding tasks. You can ask it to go and accomplish something very complicated, and it'll go off and it'll work on it. It'll call many tools. It'll work for many minutes at a time, sometimes even longer, to accomplish your goal, your instruction, your task, whatever it is that you're trying to build. Incredible at front end. It makes very beautiful visualizations and interactive games, and sort of, you've seen some of this in the live stream so far, and you'll see some more upcoming. But it's just really amazing to see whatever you imagine coming to life. It's extremely good at instruction following, very detailed instructions, being able to accomplish, sort of when you have something very vaguely specified, inferring your intent, or something very detailed specified, actually following it. And it's very fast at accomplishing these tasks. And again, thanks for the right amount of time to accomplish whatever it is that you have in front of you. But so we're making it available not just to developers to use to write their own code, but to build novel applications. So we're putting it into the API, and to talk about that is Michelle.
Thanks, Greg. Hi, I'm Michelle, and I lead a research team on post-training focused on improving our models for power users. And that includes use cases like instruction following and coding. Today, I'm so excited to tell you that we're shipping 3 state-of-the-art reasoning models in the API: GPT-5, GPT-5 Mini, and GPT-5 Nano. All 3 slot right in the cost latency curve, so you can pick the right one for your application. We're also, for the first time, releasing a new parameter option for reasoning effort called minimal. And this is so that you can use these reasoning models, but with minimal reasoning, so that they can slot into the very fastest and most latency-sensitive applications. So now you don't actually have to choose between a bunch of models, and you can use GPT-5 for all of your use cases and just dial in the reasoning effort. We also have a few new features coming to the API. The first is called custom tools. In the past, all of our function calling had the model wrap its outputs in JSON, and this works super well.
Just do the blog post. It's like these people just love the app.
Wait, are they changing from JSON to something else? That's nice.
I guess we picked a tough time.
Yeah. You see, Quencoder has moved to XML along with GLM 4.5 for function calling. They have different versions of it, but it's like, I think people are finally realizing what Anthropic realized a long time ago, which is that XML generally beats JSON for function calling.
Is that because it's more token efficient or something, or it's just a bit easier for the model?
It's, I think, just more natural to think about open and closing sections, like you're kind of, versus like, there's a lot of like foot guns in JSON with escape characters and stuff.
Oh my God, Swyx is gone.
Oh no.
This is the most hilarious, like, janky companion stream. It's like, I mean, the thing is, it's not that exciting. It's like the live stream is like so much filler. It doesn't have that much punch. There's so much material. It's like, what are we supposed to say, Mr. OpenAI? Like, this is not a transformative.
Do you want to pull up the enterprise blog posts?
Yeah.
Let's just do the blog. Let's look at the blog posts.
GPT-5, a new era for work. Hilarious. Their era of work.
Nice.
Do we think these quotes are going to be worth? Let's look what Uber said. At Uber, we're constantly pushing the frontier of what's possible with AI by reimagining how we serve drivers, riders, merchant customers. A potential step change in how it's like what is this quote? Like, show me some numbers.
Your driver is now using voice mode.
Oh my God, this is the whole blog post. It's just a bunch of quotes. It's a bunch of quotes.
Nice.
There's nothing else.
Nice. What about go back to the developer one? What are all the I want to see the quotes from the like IDE people.
The first one was Cursor.
Nice.
Like, I do think steerability is really huge for these kind
coding,
of things.
yeah.
Like I use Cursor, and I'm impressed by how often Sonnet will just like blatantly do something dumb. Like I tell it to do
Oh,
something,
yeah.
and instead it just rewrites the whole code base. And it's like, this is the good one. It's like, how is this?
Yeah.
So like, I do think there's a big ability for step up in IDE development. I think Claude, if it were the Claude Code and Codex, I don't think will be that quite yet. Here comes Swyx. It's
Yeah.
back. We switched to the blog post, so we got sick of the yapping when you disappeared. And then there's another.
Yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
thank you for Windsurf guy for not being too verbose. Give us the numbers when you say it's soda and internal evals. Like, is it 5% soda? Is it 1% soda?
They're publishing their own blog post. So it's like a little collaboration thing.
Like, lovable.
No numbers.
Windsurf, does Windsurf still exist?
Yeah.
Like the product exists, but like they fired everybody.
They hired everybody and gave them the option to leave if they didn't fit in the culture.
Okay.
Does what are we like? Did they have a separate embargo? Where's their embargo? 11?
I don't know.
Probably. What a hilarious.
They don't like.
It's like this lady's still yapping on the live stream about what the developers. Get Steve Ballmer up there. It would be better. I think that it's like. Do I want to write I could write a blog post about this, but it's gonna be like 500 words, which is like everything is a bit better. OpenAI's products are in a much better place for them to start hill climbing on. If you really, really liked something already, you're probably not going to find GPT-5 to be a game changer, but it'll models get better, new things are possible. I think that the doomer narrative is going to be crazy. Like everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, GPT-5 didn't have any immersion capabilities or anything like this," but like the price isn't higher, so it's not like a way bigger model. It's just like they're just trying to make these things better platforms for all the stuff that they have going on.
Okay, they just finished the developer yap. Oh, Greg is back. You want to switch? I don't know.
Yeah, I stopped. If you want to, do it. Okay. Phoebe, do you want to go jump off? Phoebe, do you want to?
I wonder if they'll ship RFT for it.
Benchmark. It means you need something else to really capture how great the model is. And one thing we've done very differently with this model is really focus on not just these numbers, but really on real world application and being really useful to you in your daily workflow. So hearing about it is much less exciting than seeing it. So to show you this model in action, I'd like to welcome Addie and Brian to the stage.
Thanks, Greg. I'm Brian, a solutions architect on the startups team.
I'm Adi, a researcher on the post-training team.
To recreate the ideal pair programmer, you need a model that understands best software engineering practices, but has a personality that just feels right to work with. For GPT-5, we worked really hard to make the model pair perfectly with you by default, out of the box. Let me pull up a demo of GPT-5 inside of Cursor to show you this behavior that we taught it. So last month, I was on a different live stream, and towards the end, I ran into a bug that I covered up. Afterwards, I tried to have GPT-5, or I tried to have GPT-03 fix it for me. So while we were testing GPT-5 before this,
did someone see the auto captioning? Never mind. Go back. Keep it
more about the behavior of the model during this process. So right away, you're going to see that it's going to tell you its plan up front. It's going to tell you how it's going to look for the bug, maybe how it's going to fix it. This kind of communication builds trust during a coding session and helps you redirect if you need to, but you don't need to.
I like how it's giving you updates. Like it said it's going to search and now it's continuing.
Yeah, it searches faster than me. It's using the same best practices that I would while I was hunting this down, but it is much more powerful than I am as a developer.
Now, did you try to fix the bug yourself? And how long did
I did. I couldn't do it. I mean, I was busy, so. Okay, so continuing on, it's like starting to figure out where it's going. It's going to sort of like figure this out. So while this is going, let me tell you a little bit about how we trained GPT-5 to behave this way. We started by talking to users and customers about how our models perform in the most popular coding tools like Cursor And we identified frustrations and rough edges, and we boiled it all down into 4 personality traits: autonomy, collaboration, communication, context management, and testing. We turned those into a rubric that we used to shape the model's behavior, and then we tuned it until it felt like a collaborative teammate while we were using it.
It's been really amazing to see the team really doing the grind of like going and seeing how this model behaves in practice, figuring out what people really want, and putting that back into model training. That's something that I think has been like a real focus for this model.
It's been pretty great. So while this is fixing, the other thing that we did during testing, which was really surprising, was we were sort of pressed for time. And we had it refactor one of our test harnesses to run parallel on Docker, and set it off, came back like 45 minutes later. It's just like it just finished. And we tested it out, and it ran the first time. It was pretty surprising.
That's incredible.
That is magical.
OK, so it made the edits. It looks like, yeah, it found the right problem. And right now it's actually, OK, it's running lints, but these lints are actually not related to this bug, so it's going to ignore them. And then it's going to run a build. It'll run tests if there are any. It's going to make sure that this code is shippable before it's done.
It's actually really smart that it finds lints and realizes that these aren't relevant to the specific bug we're fixing. It's not making unnecessary edits.
Totally. So this is just one example, but it really shows the power of the autonomy and the collaborative communication and how it stays reliable on difficult coding tasks without getting stuck on death loops. And the best part, GPT-5 is totally tunable. You can steer it with system prompts or cursor rules. You can change its verbosity levels or reasoning levels to match your tasks. And if you get stuck, ask it. GPT-5 is actually really good at modifying its own prompts by meta-prompting. So after using this for the past few weeks, it really feels like we've achieved state-of-the-art, zero-shot performance and reliability across the most complex coding tasks. For me, it's the first time I trust a model to do my most important work. This is beyond vibe coding. It's an incredibly powerful tool, and I'm really excited for people to try it.
Thanks, Brian. It's super exciting to see how far GPT-5 has come when it comes to coding
We can flip to something else.
That's just like,
Yeah.
I mean,
So
I have a couple of other
something about the
blog
Taubench
posts
stuff is something about the Taubench stuff is off. Like it's the same as O3 on 2 of the categories, but significantly higher on another. Like that feels like a bug.
I think that's like, there's just, why did they rush this so much? The expectations were so high. To have a rushed launch is just so weird. It's like, and this is like, I was gonna point to like Simon Willison's and then like some are like these early testers, and pretty much everyone's like, if you're looking for an LLM to chat with, it's the best thing. Like if you're gonna open ChatGPT and talk to something, it's very good and a big improvement. But it's like not gonna replace, like Codex isn't replacing Claude Code as an independent coder. Kind of, they say this in here about personality wise, down here at the bottom of this post, and it's just like, they're just like, this is not, GPT-5 is not it for this. And then like, I mean, Simon says pretty clearly, I guess, I don't know if it switched tabs when I did, probably didn't, but I had switched to the every on my screen. But it's like, it really screws up and feels generally competent or occasionally oppressive for the kinds of things that I use models for. Does he have a pelican in here?
Of course he does. What do you think he's talking to?
Oh, okay. That's a good pelican. It's
That's
an
a good
LLM.
pelican. So this is Horizon Beta.
Yeah, that makes sense. The Nano is not a good pelican. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't even feel like I have that much to say about this. I think people will ask me about it, so I might send out like a 500-word update that's like, and then quote tweet what I said
It's a good
about
model,
it being
sir.
less about models and more about agents. It's like the models are saturating. There's no need for them to give us bigger models. It just takes like more controlled inference and kind of these agentic things to make the models do really useful things.
I think you're in the sort of, you're kind of where I was the day after I got it, and I would ask you to try it out and let it sit for a bit. Especially
on.
especially using it for coding on the stuff that you've been stuck on, or like stuff that you normally wouldn't give to an LLM.
And you're
Yeah.
using it within ChatGPT or within
Cursor.
Cursor and stuff like
Cursor.
this? No.
Cursor.
I'm
So it's
excited to
like
play with
notably
Cursor.
better for Sora.
Windsurf as well, but like for whatever reason, you know, OpenAI has sort of blessed a small number of VS Code forks. But yeah, I mean, so like for example, like I think what you're saying is like, you know, it's more for agents and all that, but like I think it's actually really like that's not a small thing. That's actually a pretty good thing. It's something that, you know, Will has been talking about a lot for like multi-turn you know, reasoning and long horizon tasks. There's a meter chart that I think the meter guys updated their chart that showed really good numbers. And like, yeah, I mean, like,
does it like beat Opus on the meter? Has meter updated with
I have it. I'm sharing it right now. Yeah, here it is. So it's like it's the highest.
Nice.
I don't know where Opus is on this exactly, but it's the top.
I mean, it's going to be in the neighborhood, right? Like it's, you know, it's not that much higher than Grok 4. But anyway, yeah, things are moving from models to models plus agent scaffold, and you know, the better the models can utilize agent scaffolds, the more the agents can do, and we just care about what the agents can do anyway, right? So, just the model alone, like I almost feel like, you know, like just like the eval on like hallucinations alone, or you know, whatever, like it's like starting to be less relevant, and we have to kind of eval the model in new ways to reflect the changing meta. So I mean, that would be my 2 cents.
That's
like,
partially what I was saying. I was just saying how they like dug their own grave with all the super intelligence stuff, and like people only know the average person knows about AI as a model, and the whole agent thing is still being rolled out. Like a lot of people may have heard of ChatGPT agent, but like Claude Code is a niche thing, and it takes a long time to roll out that understanding. There's 700 million people using ChatGPT every week, and like 1% of them think
Most
about
of
actually
them never
using
use a terminal.
agentic tools. Yeah. So it's like that shift is going to take a long time to get through.
I don't know. Like here's an example. My brother works in sales stuff, and he's not a programmer at all. And he was like, I want ChatGPT to like go browse this website for me. What's the best tool to do that? I think web search is, everyone does web search. People like to find information on the internet. People's like information channels come from all over places. Some of them are very weird and like getting worse because people are using Instagram and TikTok for everything. But I think having something that is like a true alternative to like a normal boring search engine that can kind of compete with like, I don't know, Instagram recommendations because it's doing personalized browsing in a very different way, is like very like desirable for a lot of people who are not technical.
I agree. Does it do that in the ChatGPT window? Like, are these people going to different interfaces to get this?
I mean, it's the stuff that like ChatGPT agent can do. If you're at a company and you have an enterprise like ChatGPT license and you want it to like go search your company's internal files, you can like hook that up to agent. Like in banking, this was a huge thing where a lot of the applications that were like really hard to get off the ground were things where like a smart agent model that has access to databases and can do search over them is kind of what you would want. You want to go like pull a file from something and check something that's on page 42 of the file. That's so much of white collar work.
Yeah, so it models that trajectory basically. I think like that really is why like, you know, all these like coding agent IDEs, like it was a pretty genius stroke to fork VS Code, because now you can capture everything, including like your actions in the search bar.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly how to square the circle. I'm still like, the launch. It's weird for OpenAI to have this be their like flagship launch, which is just like so many little things. It's like they've gone to the mature version of the iPhone way too soon, if that's the case. And it's like we don't really know what the killer app is, but people use it for everything. Like I believe both of you that I will like I believe that I'm gonna start using this model a lot. I still use OpenAI properties a lot. It's just like
I think the killer app is enterprise
like
consulting.
where's that alpha and model training?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm surprised they didn't announce, or maybe it's just too early, but I think RFT is something that they'll want to do with this.
Yeah, too early. RFT would be like 2 months away. But it'll come. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like I think RFT for what is supposed to be a unified model, but actually, you know, it's a router. They've acknowledged that, by the way, which is good. I was trying very hard to like tell them to like, you know, actually.
Wait, it is unified or not unified?
It's a unified system.
It is unified or not?
It's a unified system, but they have said that there's a router component. They have acknowledged
When
that.
you call the API, what happens? Like, do you get charged for the same for every token on the API?
Per token, yes. It's one pricing.
One thing it could be is that it's like one thing you could imagine is just as like low, medium, high presumably is a unified model that is trained to, like Sonnet and Gemini have this too, like calibrated difficulty lengths. It could be that the router is just deciding which of these flags. Like this was what I think what you would want. This is like what an open model should do. Is it's one set of weights that you like. The user could say, I want low, medium, or high, or you have a router that decides low, medium, high for you, rather than routing to these being fully separate checkpoints. And so it's like router system is compatible with unified model in my mind. And so, but it's still not clear to me if it is a unified model or if it's multiple separate models.
I've been told in the API that it's
but given
different sizes. It said it's just ChatGPT is routed, like in the app it's routed, but in the API it's nano, mini, etc., and pay accordingly. Which makes sense.
But even within those are single models, not systems of multiple models.
Yeah. I guess I don't know about thinking exactly, but I think they have different thinking levels.
I'm trying to
full
show.
screen store share.
I'm trying to show, like, this is the system card, right? The language that they settled on is unified system with a smart, fast model that answers most questions. That's the 4.0. Deeper reasoning model, that's the 0.3. And a real-time router. That routes based on conversation type. So, like, I think this is the most transparency that we'll ever get from them on what this thing does.
I would guess on the API that you're just like bypassing part of the router. Or like it's selecting a subset. If you select mini, nano, or whatever, like it's selecting a subset.
Cursor's just joined. You wanna do a live stream?
We'll see. My expectations are low.
I know.
Maybe this is the time for me to switch back to my Wi-Fi.
We asked it to tell us something non-obvious about our code base. And within a couple of minutes, it buried into the code base. It identified a particular system that we use for remote code execution. And it identified a non-obvious architecture decision we had made. And then it also understood why we made that architecture decision. And it was to harden our security. And those were architecture decisions and trade-offs that took humans weeks to think through. So it was kind of amazing to see its code base understanding abilities from the get-go.
That's really great. Not just the code writing, but actually the code reading and understanding.
Yes.
Yeah. Turns out there's so much more to software than just the emitting of the code.
Yes. No, the understanding is an important prerequisite.
And what has most stood out to you about GPT-5?
It's incredibly smart. It's a very smart model. And even though it is smart, it does not compromise on its ease of use for real pair programming. And that means it's incredibly fast. That also means that it's quite interactive. And so it's good about talking about what it's about to do, breaking problems down into sub-problems that a human can then see, and leaving a reasoning trace that you can then intervene on and react to. It's also great not just that you give it one initial query and then it goes and does that, but working with you over a long session. where you're asking it to backtrack on something that it's gone down, or asking it to make additional changes to the code base.
Should we show it in action?
Let's do it. Yes. So I think we are going to go and we're going to try and solve a bug. And so this is the OpenAI Python SDK. There are a bunch of issues in the OpenAI Python SDK. There are also a lot of closed issues.
Okay, good.
And it seems like there's a problem with uploading PDFs through the SDK.
This has been open for 3 weeks. So
Open for 3 weeks.
Not a trivial problem.
Yeah. And so let's see if we can go tackle this issue. So we're going to take the issue, we're going to paste it into the editor, paste it into Cursor, and GPT-5 is going to set off and try and solve the problem. And this is actually an example of the robustness of the model in the API, where to solve this problem in Cursor, it's working with a set of custom models that it hasn't seen before, a set of custom tools that it hasn't seen before, to do things like pull down text from the web, to search throughout the code base. And it's incredibly robust and adept at using those tools. And they boost eval results.
Yeah, I love seeing just the full explanation of all the things that it's running and doing. And I guess, how does this seem to compare to how you would solve this problem?
Well, it's very fast. You can see it's made a high-level plan, searched throughout the code base. It started to read some files and continued searching. And now it's kind of thinking through what it'd like to do next. And now it's started to actually solve the issue and started to think through some code changes.
Now, any advice for people on how to get the most out of GPT-5 in Cursor?
I would suggest using it for your real work. So GPT-5 is a step forward towards a real pair programmer. And so I would start using it as a helper on, as a daily driver model for you. And so if you haven't used AI to code much before, I would take some of your more scoped down problems and try handing them off to the bot and working with it synchronously.
Yeah, I think the fact that GPT-5 is so great for the real world, like big code bases, like doing your daily driver, not just like demo of a cool one-off application. As cool as that is, right? The real value comes from really operating in a larger code base and sort of these long-lived applications.
Definitely. And its code base understanding is very impressive. Also, its ability to be steered is impressive. And so, if you specify a long, complicated task with lots of subtleties in the initial instructions, we're good at picking up on those subtleties. It's also very good at, if it's gone down a wrong path and actually goes and executes the code or hears back from you that it was incorrect, it's very good at backtracking too.
Now, what can't GPT-5
do? Well, we're really excited about computer using capabilities, about those getting better. It would be great if, for instance, the dashboard Adi just showed, if it could run the code, see the output, actually, kind of QA every little bit itself, and then react to it. So looking forward to computer using capabilities. How would you like GPT-5 to be better?
Oh, well, I think that is a great one, right? Expanding the dimensions, right? I think it's in all directions, right? That there's so much of like doing DevOps and other work that is external to software, code writing as we think of it today. But also, you look at these demos, right? We run them for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a couple hours, but I think extending that life cycle to really be able to go for days and weeks and eventually even months, I think that is ultimately where we expect things to go.
So we can see that it has buried into the code base and discovered that there's an issue with the MIME or the MIME typing being sent up for PDFs and the plumbing through the SDK. It has identified that and it started making some code changes. And this, it's created some new methods. It's gone and edited some existing code. And this looks roughly correct.
Swyx, when can you give the monologue on your testing?
I would love to do that as well. Let's do that after the show.
Yes, that sounds great. Awesome.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much. We're so excited to have GPT-5 in Cursor, starting today.
Excited to partner with you guys. And so starting today, GPT-5 is default for new users in Cursor, and we're releasing it to all Cursor users, free to try for the next few days, so people get a sense of the model. And it is the smartest coding model we've ever tried.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michael.
Thanks.
But it's great for the enterprise. We think of it like it's great for the enterprise. We think of it like a subject matter expert that is in your pocket, that is an expert across every domain, legal, finance, whatever application you have in mind. To talk about how GPT-5 can be applied to the enterprise, I'd like to welcome Olivier to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg.
Hi, everyone. I'm Olivier. I lead the platform at OpenAI. At this
Okay, how do we feel, guys? What do you want to do?
Let's just, yeah. Do you
I'm
mean
excited.
pricing being
I'm just
low?
excited to go try it in Cursor. Pricing is
Go try
like
it in Cursor.
very
Yeah.
reasonable.
I've been running a shit ton of
Yeah.
tests. I haven't released this yet, but people watching the live stream can. I did blind taste tests. I code named 2.5 Pro, O3, 4.1, and Cloud 4 Sonnet. This is before Opus 4.1 came out. And blind taste tested in versus GPT-5, and GPT-5 was consistently like either beating or like slightly behind for Sonnet. So yeah, that's where it's at. And this is like default setting, not the high setting, because I didn't have the high setting. So I expect the high setting to actually beat Sonnet. So then there's the annoying of like, okay, where does it rank up against 4.1 Opus? But like TLDR, they have a good coding model, right? Like if you want the Sonnet of OpenAI, they have it. Like
Yeah. I wonder if the pricing in Cursor, because Cursor's pricing has gotten interesting, especially for like pay-per-use, in that there's a lot of pay-per-use stuff where you can't bring your own key, where you are being billed based on how much you use, but it has to be billed through them, like for background agents. That's the only way to do it, which is like kind of annoying, especially if you like have credits, which means like you couldn't, for example, take advantage of, like if they did a Claude Code style thing where like you get to use some of your allocation via API key in Codex, that can't be like ported to Cursor. But I do think like for me, Cursor like decisively wins on product. I really have not found the Claude Code flow to be like, maybe there's some magic prompt for Claude. It's just better that is in Claude Code. I don't.
If you're in
I'm not sold.
complex code bases, I agree. If I'm spinning up a website or trying to plot some data, I use Claude Code, or just trying to fuck around and have fun.
Yeah, but I kind of Cursor can do that too. It's the same model.
I've had more success doing that with Claude than Cursor.
yeah, I think like the
Maybe. I mean, oh yeah, Opus Max does it great, which I don't know can add up, but like it hasn't been crazy for me. Yeah, Sean, you're saying.
I think it's just hard to evaluate these objectively. Ooh, he's talking about pricing. Okay, so
Okay.
I haven't done the objective like price comparison, but like I do think that pricing is a surprise to everybody in the beta test. It's 5 cents per million, guys. Like it's so cheap. And Nano is actually not that much worse than 5. Yeah, I mean, like for 5 to be cheaper than 4, I don't think anyone expected.
That's really interesting. Do you think there's a market for more expensive, like bit better models? Like Opus is so much more expensive, and like seems like in what you're saying, maybe a bit better.
Should we pause for Jacob? I mean, this seems significant. He's new earlier.
What its consequences are. Our research aims to understand what deep learning is capable of and how to steer it to make it safe and useful for all of us. This is a work of passion, and it's a mission. And I want to recognize and just deeply thank the team at OpenAI. It is a great privilege. It is a great privilege for me to work alongside this incredible group of brilliant people driven by this shared goal. What adds up to a model like GPT-5 are years of investigations aimed not only at producing a great release, but at building understanding of this underlying technology itself. And so a lot of what you'll see in this model are really just early glimpses of new ideas that we believe will go much further.
there is a lot we still have to understand. And we look towards a future where AI can uncover new knowledge about the world and meaningfully transform our lives for the better. We hope you'll enjoy what we've built, and we'll get back to sailing. Thank you.
Oh my God, I'm sorry I paused it for that. That was not. I mean, it's the first time I've seen him speak. I think he was trying to do his best earlier, and like, yeah, he needs to work on it.
Sometimes you just gotta be you, man.
Well, maybe that's how he's. I've never heard him speak, so that was the first time I was like, okay, like I mean, this is the new Ilya, so you know, you gotta tune in. I think that's it. So there's a developer video that I'm in that like is airing like in 10 minutes, but it's just like vibes. It's nothing crazy. What's next?
Yeah, it's interesting trying to parse the Twitterverse for this. There's going to be all the "it's over," and then the people who actually used it. It seems like the cheapness is actually the big thing. It's like fixing a bunch of product stuff. It's cheap. It's good for coding. It's like go have fun. Like what more is what
Yeah,
can say?
I really want to like you know I had like a less intense version of what you just went through when I tried it and they told us what it was. They were like, here are all the new things we're doing. I was like, I don't know if this like I don't like one. I don't know if you want to call this GPT-5. You know, you could use like I don't know 4.7 or something, and then two, you know, like like is that it? Like you know, like what
I'm
is the
mostly
frontier?
trying to assess the long term, which is like I think definitely OpenAI
Correct.
put themselves in a weird corner on marketing, and they've always done this. It's not the
Yeah.
first time. And the second thing is like,
yeah.
where are models going, like in the pace of progress? Because it seems like almost like kind of a left turn for them, so it's hard to interpolate. It's like we have like 0.3 and we have 4.5 and we have 4.0, which kind of sucks, and it's like hard to draw like where this line is coming from in the terms of progress.
To me, the thing that would be like fundamentally different that they have kind of teased with memory in ChatGPT, but not productized really, is like the drop-in replacement worker sort of thing. I wonder how long it's going to be to like. I mean, I'm sure some like YC companies will like try to claim that they're doing this, but like in terms of like a serious lab releasing something that feels like I don't know a drop-in replacement worker that kind of naturally, even if it is doing GraphRag under the hood, is good enough at tool calling and state management to behave as if, like I could see this being like an accountant thing, like the benchmark of like a thing that you give it access to your email inbox and file system, and it figures out how to do your taxes. This is probably like a longer than one context length thing that has to like track a lot of state and maintain its own to-do lists and be like very good at not missing things on that, and be able to do that well enough over like a horizon of potentially like, I don't know, many hours or days, such that the final output is reliable with minimal intervention needed. How far are we from that? Is that like just keep turning the same crank for another 9 months, or is it like fundamental breakthroughs are needed?
Both. Why do you have to choose?
I mean, I guess to me, is GraphRag good enough? Like, or file system graph good enough?
GraphRag is all
like,
you need.
Can a model like? I think this is kind of the promise of like compact and Claude Code is like models that are good enough at kind of maintaining context can have this persist over longer horizons by taking their own notes and keeping track of what they have to do and accumulating context and giving themselves enough pointers to know where to fetch it without needing like true continual learning.
Yes.
It's not clear to me that this is going to like what version of this actually works. Is it like updating the weights? Is it like trainable KV caches? Is it like LoRa's? Is it RL? Is it GraphRag? Like, there's a lot of approaches you could take that kind of smell like they maybe would work, but I don't know that they like actually work.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. I feel like basically model progress is kind of independent um of like the harness layer, and like I feel like you're sort of combining both of them. Oh, by the way, for anyone watching, they just texted us
Right.
that
Yeah.
the model is out in the API. So they
Cool.
did not release it until just now because of the live stream. Anyway, so
Nice.
yeah, I mean, like everyone should try all of them. People will get religion about some of them, and then every now and then people will find out that the religion was fake. But like this has been here since the dawn of time. I think really like that those like where it starts to really get interesting is when we start to actually special case these or like really build these in quote unquote inductive biases of the tools into the model training, which is what we're starting to see here.
Right.
I started with deep research and now it's like really getting underway, I would say, with this coding stuff. And like try it in cursor, you'll see the difference. Like literally try side by side O3 versus GPT-5, you'll see it. I have, so I know. And the part, by the way, Nathan, I didn't get to say earlier was like I had the initial unimpressed reaction and then I just used it a lot. And then I warmed to it and then they showed me the pricing. And I'm like, fuck, like they just won. So like it was like this curve of like it's so over and then like we're so back. I went through exactly that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm singularly focused on trying to like, I'm really trying to market, like, what do I expect in 6 months based on this? I think being a system, I'm also more bearish on updating it than single model weights. Like, it's a lot easier to know if a single model weight is better, but if you have to test it with a router that also maps to multiple model weights, it's just, like, tricky. I do think in terms of API pricing and model quality, it's will be the starting point with what you're saying. Like, they already had that kind of where everybody was trying to, like Gemini was trying to eat their lunch by being cheaper and Claude is good for coding, and just kind of resetting that in the API and kind of defaults is important for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting to. I've already been like ChatGPT daily driver off of Claude for quite some time now. I have been still using Opus as my main coding model since 4 Opus. But like there was a window not too long ago where I kind of felt like all coding models sucked. Like when it was 3.7 versus like the May version of Gemini. Like for 1 month we had really good, like there was an old Gemini that everyone loved that was like super reliable. Then we had, your options were like O3, which was still super expensive, versus, and also to me kind of reward hacky in coding and unreliable and slow. And 3.7 Sonnet and one of the experimental Geminis that felt a lot like 3.7 Sonnet. And then open models that were not quite good enough to be usable in cursor, like R1. And I think like that to me felt like, oh, it's actually like a very hard problem to get really, really good coding models. And the expectation of what you'd want from them was getting higher in terms of use cases and daily like workflows, but the amount of times you get disappointed was just like so much that I would kind of fall back to like doing very little vibe coding. I would like to be able to use GPT-5 enough that it's like really reliable and I don't feel like I have to worry about it or baby it or like prompt it super aggressively to go in a certain direction. We'll see.
We'll see. Nathan, any closing thoughts?
I was looking around for O3 price comparisons, but it's like in my long-term
Simon
view,
has one.
or Greg just tweeted about O3 on ArcAGI as well, which is a thing. I can share this. I have it open. It's like if price is the differentiator, progress at the frontier is normally slower. It's like if they're really going for price as the differentiator here, it's like it's a very different game than saying you're going to build AGI and charge $20,000 a month for it.
Look, it's not sufficient, but it is a, I think, necessary path towards AGI. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I would say that efficiency has been something that's a long time coming. Google, I would say, has been like the most ignoring of like like it's nice to see people focusing on efficiency, and like it's nice to see that OpenAI has done an extremely good job of it.
Yeah, we also got the
But it's
unicorn.
ooh, Tixie unicorns. Look at that. Oh, that's a My Little Pony, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I agree with you fully on like this being. I agree it's a necessary step, but I think it's a bearish sign that the step had to come when they launched GPT-5, which was something with so
Understand.
much anticipation on performance.
I
I
understand.
think that it's like these are like OpenAI sets the tone for the whole industry in
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
and that's important if we're thinking 6 to 18 months out. I think it like both. This is more of what I would say I have expected, which is like things are going to keep getting better, things will get cheaper, the hard agentic things will get better, and like GPT-5 is not going to be this like
Okay.
crazy super intelligence. So I just kind of fleshing out my worldview there. So it's like the
Okay.
long slow march of AI is price and performance continuing to be pushed out, but not like a 2x performance gain in any new model.
Okay. So do you feel the same way about the step up from GPT 3.5 to 4?
In terms of this for like 4 to 5.
Exact. 4.0 to 5, yes.
I will
Right?
have to try it more, but my impression is it's hard because I'm grounding like 03 to 5. So like I don't think 03 to 5 to be the same level of a jump as 3.5 to 4, but I would think that maybe 4.0 to 5 actually could feel like that.
Yeah.
01 to 03
That's
was
actually
pretty
how
big
I'm
for
framing
me.
it. Yeah.
This is
01
why
to
I was
03 was
saying it's
pretty
hard
big.
for me to
Yeah.
draw the trend line.
Yeah.
I mean, look, like I think this is the once a year default model update for ChatGPT. Like last time they did this was 4.0. Like they're really trying to, they're raising the bar, the sort of the baseline. But like as a bonus, you get like a high reasoning model that does pretty well, man. So like yeah, it's not 05 or 04 or whatever, but it is a step up for the base model, and that's pretty good.
I just think a lot of the AGI narratives are important to fundraising.
That's true.
Like
That's true.
that is the thing that's pushing this to either be a bubble that goes more slowly and builds out all this capex or not. It's not that the like more users get a bit like it's not that Facebook style thing, which is ChatGPT users spend 3% more on our platforms and report 8% more satisfaction, and then we added ads. The whole thing is Sam Altman getting up there and being like, I am Prometheus, bringing God and better AI, and it's like I just don't think that they could keep doing that. And that the public's pushback to that is going to get stronger, and see how that plays out.
I mean, there's some napkin math you can do on enterprise stuff where the numbers seem less crazy if you start to believe that like most companies will kind of have to pay for some level of ChatGPT subscription for their employees. Like Microsoft, for example. The Microsoft business model, like every real company needs Office, and they will happily pay for an Office license because that's how you run a company. And if ChatGPT can have that same kind of like foothold, even if it is still just like software, but if it's just like really useful software that everyone kind of needs to do their job, that's a big market.
It is. I'm just saying it's a pivot for in some things.
Yeah.
I'm also kind of fading in energy here. I think I want to like walk my dog,
let's wrap it in a second.
Eat a lunch, and then wrap up and write a 500-word argument for what I have said to try to. People ask. I think that like the clear of like what is the summary of the model and what does it mean for the industry is good. It's like yes, people will use this, and then like double clicking on the fact that the messaging of the industry needs to change a bit. It's like the Claude 4 launch where the evals don't really say anything, but the usage improvements are going to be big. And we're starting. That's like 2 big launches in a row that are like that.
Yeah, I think I'm coming around to like OpenAI is building a potentially multi-trillion-dollar software company that will become ubiquitous and very useful, and then the world keeps turning and people's lives change a little bit, but like in many cases not that much. And those things can coexist, I think.
Yeah, that's a pretty good summary.
Yeah, I think I'm happy to call it. Thanks for people on the live stream bearing with the funny technical difficulties. I think
that was the worst.
I'm gonna clip the last like 20 minutes of this and upload it as a separate video as well because it was also very good. I'll like find the part where we start talking a bit more and do that work. But thanks for coming on. It's a hilarious little thing to do. I'm gonna click stop.
We must
Thanks for hanging,
try.
everyone.
Bye.
See ya.